Hey guys, welcome to Shock Talk. Guys, how did we start a successful business at 21? Okay, all right. So how did we start a successful business at 21?
I'm Sebastian.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tyler.
And we made Shock Social, a digital marketing company in Gwinnett County, Georgia. So we made Shock Social because we all love content and making content. All of our lives, we've kind of been doing that in different ways. I had a YouTube channel for a long time making gaming Fortnite content, streaming. So that's kind of like how I learned to edit and just fall in love with making content in general.
Back in the day, I used to have a Lego stop motion YouTube channel. I had about like maybe 80 videos, and that's how I really learned to edit and how I fell in love with filmmaking.
I had a couple YouTube channels as well. I had one when I was very young, making my own movies and trailers and kind of improving my skills going on forward and forward. Once I learned I could use my film skills, but then the business world, I started doing more marketing.
You need to love what you're doing, because running a business is literally one of the hardest things you could ever do.
Yeah.
No, it's a labor of love. It's 24/7. You know, you don't really get a day off. You're always on. So you have to love what you're doing.
We were all on a production together, which was actually based in Hawaii. And that's kind of a random fact. But the point of it is we all learned how to work together as a team on there as editors, but also as social media marketers, graphic designers. We even did websites. We were doing a bunch of different things, and it happened to translate really well to digital marketing.
Because each of us knew local businesses here that needed marketing help and that were actually actively seeking people to do their social media marketing.
I think it was kind of just we saw the need. All the skills we had perfectly translated to what we're doing now. So Tyler and I actually met through church. We were in a small group together growing up, and then Tyler and Sebastian knew each other through a mutual friend, and they were on the production first. And then they needed an extra editor, so Tyler was like, hey, I know this guy who has a YouTube channel and stuff. So I was able to hop onto the project, and that's where I eventually met Sebastian.
What you need to be going into for business is creating a solution where there is a problem, whether people need or they don't realize they need. So you have to almost either create a need or you have to recognize a need and fill that. And so here in Gwinnett, we noticed that there are a lot of businesses around, especially small businesses, who didn't actually have like a social media digital presence. And so we came in and we're like, hey, why don't we go out and help them? And especially with our free downtown Lawrenceville day that we do.
We can link the video right here. So go check that one out and see some more business strategies that we did during downtown Lawrenceville day. So that's where we were kind of like, hey, I mean, we learned how to do this. We know how to do it well, and we love doing it. So why don't we actually just go out to people and let's give them some of our services?
So here in Gwinnett, there's something called the Gwinnett Young Professionals,
Which is like a branch of the Chamber of Commerce.
all entrepreneurs and local business owners who are under the age of 35. They'll host events for us to all kind of meet each other, and it's like a networking event, and you can meet other people that are kind of in your same stage of professional development.
Because even if you're not necessarily gaining jobs off of connections, you're still gaining insight. You can ask somebody to go to coffee and learn from them as a business owner. What did they do?
You're always meeting people and you're practicing your elevator pitch. Like, who are you? Who are you with? What is Shock Social Digital Marketing? And so it gives you a chance to practice talking about your elevator pitch. It gets you to practice your people skills. That's huge within the business world. What happened with us is we would go to so many events and we would hear them talking about, oh yeah, those are the Shock Social guys. You should go talk to them.
Yeah, we had matching shirts, so that's why.
Branding does matter. If you have the brand, you have the appearance, people are going to assume you're an important person, you're in a place where you're meant to be. Honestly, there's zero chance of you succeeding in a business if you don't start one in the first place. And I think that's the biggest hurdle that you have to jump over is just that fear of, am I going to make it? I don't want to fail. It's a big investment, all these things. You know, if you really love what you do and you could see yourself doing this like for the rest of your life, you could see yourself enjoying doing what you love and making a business, I think you should just go for it.
We're living in a time where technology is ever evolving, and there are more resources out there for entrepreneurs than there ever has been. So there's more of a reason now to start a business than ever before.
If you keep doing what you envision and you keep pouring into what you really see working, that's success.
I think that product quality really does matter. So, for example, for us as a digital marketing company, we needed to invest in a new camera and lights that we're using right now. Invest our time into, getting the right set and things like that. So it's the little things that you have to do. You don't want to spend money on that. You don't want to do this, but it just adds so much quality to your business that you pretty much have to do it, and it's so worth it.
Also learning how to allocate funds in order to learn how to onboard and grow your team. And a lot of business owners, I think, would probably be a little nervous to get help because this is their baby, and so bringing on new people to make it bigger is kind of scary.
Somebody said that business owners don't care as much about the failing part, they just don't want to look stupid. You're hearing so many voices in your head that's like, that's a stupid decision to do that. Why would you do that? You're throwing your life away. Make it not a stupid decision. If you can prove everyone wrong, then it's all going to be worth it.
It's like the path less traveled is the most beautiful.
Yeah.
It's that type of mentality.
So let's talk about some skills and strategies that we actually used in our digital marketing company day to day that has put us ahead of the competition. So the first one is, always look at what your competitors are doing. I think there's a little bit of a fear around that because you're like, I don't want to just copy people. I don't want to do what they're doing. But if you're looking at other people who have succeeded and what they're doing is working, there's some sort of lesson you can take from that. But if you can bring your own flair and personality into, for example, a piece of content that somebody else has made and make it in your own way.
Exactly. And I mean, there's only one you, right? So your perspective matters on these things. That's what's going to help you stand out in this, oversaturated ocean of social media content that we have right now.
Just like what you're saying, being authentic is the best way to actually grow because people care about people. They don't even care about, funny content as much as they do the actual people who are doing it. Right. And that's why you see the top creators perform over and over and over, is because they built a brand that I actually like watching. We can get the same amount of views for that because we can create a sense of personality, a sense of authenticity to a business. So team bonding is really important. We all know that. I think that's one of the reasons why we've done so well in these, first 7 months is we're all great friends and we're a team. This really adds a level of commitment because you're not just working for yourself anymore. You're working for the people around you that you care about. And I think that goes vice versa, for your employees and for leadership. If you actually care about the people who you're working for, there's going to be a higher level of effort.
Your employees are going to reciprocate that because they feel that you care about them and their work.
Yeah, exactly. And even just sharing a meal together with your team or taking time out of the month just to spend time as people together rather than just employees. If you're having a good time while you're working,
the quality of the work is going to go up. It's going to increase.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We've kind of just wanted to bring some insight into how we actually did start our business at 21. We wouldn't be here if we didn't take the first step and go for it. So that's kind of my inspiration for you today, is just start something new. Try to go for that new business that you've been thinking about for forever. Start that YouTube channel, start making content. And cut. We'll see you in the next one.